We do have a milk jug set up at that 50 yards, because I want to show what this thing will do. Boom! Explosive results. I absolutely love this cartridge. Guys, I've been playing with Barnes bullets for several years now, all the way from just the 62 grain 22 caliber all the way up to the 33 caliber, and I hope this helps you out because I had to make a few mistakes just to make these bullets work for me. So if you would have asked me a few years ago what I thought about this, I would have said they were trash, don't even use them. Let's get into it. When it comes to copper bullets, there's a few inherent problems with it. When they first came out, it was accuracy and how they came out your barrel. Now, has that been fixed? Absolutely. All right, to get started, check these projectiles out. When Barnes first came out, they were having problems getting stuck in the barrel, which we'll talk about later. Traditional cup and core bullets will squeeze down and fit your barrel perfectly so you get a tight seal. Not so much with copper. Copper doesn't squeeze down, it just wants to slide through, and that was causing shaving problems, so it foul out your barrel, causing inaccuracy problems. Now, Barnes fixed that with these grooves right here. Bingo. So any excess copper that comes off will be shaved off and trapped into those grooves, fixing the problem. Velocity issues. When you're picking out a copper bullet, it is wise, let's just say 308 and you're used to shooting 178 grain Game King. If you're wanting to switch over to a copper bullet, you might drop that down to, I don't know, maybe like 150 grain bullet, and that's going to speed that bullet. You might think about switching over to like 150 grain bullet because that's going to speed that bullet up. Why do we need to do that? The copper bullets are incredibly hard. So when the top sinks in, you're not going to get a very good mushroom, maybe like up to here, if we're not going fast enough. So in order to bump up the horsepower and hit that torque button, those torque numbers that we need to get the opening that we desire, we'll just drop grain and we'll go faster, and that's going to go ahead and let this thing mushroom out to the most prettiest flower you ever saw in your life. All right, I'm going to give you my experience with Barnes and why I thought they were junk for a long time. So the first time I ever experimented with Barnes bullets, it was with a 22 caliber. It was a 223. I was making subsonic ammunition from 223 because I was bringing it for deer season. I would take on the neck right here, and I'd take a black Sharpie and just kind of Sharpie it all black for squirrels. So I was taking a 223. I'd have some super hot loads ready to go for deer, and then I'd have some really, really quiet ones. I mean, they were quieter than CCI quiet for 22 long rifle. These things were silent almost, and it was awesome. And the bullet choice for that was a Nosler Varmageddon, and those things were great. But I wanted to try one of these hard bad boys, but I didn't realize what these things did. And the first one came out the barrel perfect. It went through 2 milk jugs at 50 yards, no problems. I didn't even have to adjust my scope, and I thought, boy, I'm on to something now. Number 2 got stuck in the barrel. Yep, I had a squib. So I was like, oh, that's frustrating, but it was to be expected because I was running a crazy light charge. No, I'm not gonna give you that information. So I took a metal rod, popped out the squib, no problem, right? I thought, well, maybe I just forgot to put powder in that one. I stuck number 2 in there. Same exact thing happened. This thing got lodged so far in that barrel, I couldn't get it out. I ended up taking my barrel off, pounding it out, but at least now I got a 6x45, so it's all good. So I despised these bullets for a long time because I messed up. I did not understand them. Past few years, doing this YouTube thing, everybody's been talking about, oh, the Barnes TTSX. So I brought them back out and I started playing them. First with this guy. This is my 338 odd 6, and that is a 165 grain projectile, and this thing runs like 3,000 feet per second. It's a speedy little devil. And of course, I always had these 22 projectiles. We did war testing, and I figured out a lot of things about the Barnes that are absolutely cool. Now, How many of y'all have taken game with one of these and absolutely adore this cartridge? Let me know. So when we're talking about Barnes, make sure you speed them up to get the velocity we need so these things will open correctly. And guys, this is a fantastic bullet. The more I shoot this thing, the more I like it. The accuracy is on point, and this bullet rocks. I'm hoping this next coming deer season, we're gonna take a few, or maybe I'll get fortunate enough to draw an out tag around here. See what we can do. Guys, let me know your experience with this, and until next time, let's keep it cheap.